Hello and welcome to Story Time with Mr. Hallum. It's our chance to get together and have a story. It's been a while. Feel bad. Been busy with school. Who knew being back at school would be the busiest thing I'd done in forever? I guess everybody. That's part of going back to school is being busy. So I'm going to record this tonight. Normally I would record them on the day and then upload, but I don't have time. Too busy. Speaking of busy, you know what's busy? Dog breath is busy. Today, we're going to read the story Dog Breath, The Horrible Trouble with Hally Tosis by Dave Pilkey. Now, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Dave Pilkey, he gave us the Dogzilla, Captain Underpants. He's quite hilarious. You know this book's going to be funny. So let's do some Hally Tosis. There once was a dog named Hally who lived with the Tosis family. Hally Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. See, everybody in the family's going, something stinky. Hally Tosis had horrible breath. Whenever Hally Tosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. Okay, the Mona Lisa, a painting's holding her nose. The bush gave up its things. The fish opted to die. The fish doesn't even breathe the same air that she's breathing in. That is pretty stinky breath. Stinky. When the children took Hally Tosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoided Hally Tosis. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea, and Hally jumped up to say hello. Stinky. Mr. and Miss Tosis were not amused. Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said. Grandma got knocked out. Look at that. Halitosis. Stinky. The next day, Mr. and Miss Tosis decided to find a new home for Hally. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took Hally Tosis to the top of the mountain that had a breathtaking view. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hally's breath away, but it didn't. Look at the sun. And I don't mean this sun, I mean this sun. Hally. Next, the children took Hally Tosis to a very exciting movie. They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hally breathless. Tosis. But it didn't. Finally, the children took Hally Tosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hally would lose her breath on a speedy roller coaster. Her breath is wiping out everybody behind her. But that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hally's bad breath had failed. Now, only a miracle could save Hally Tosis. Sadly, the three friends said good night, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. I should try to brush that dog's teeth. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hally Tosis. "Yikes!" whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Oh, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. "That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy." The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. "That dog couldn't hurt a fly," whispered one burglar. "Come here, Poochie Poochie," whispered the other. So Hally Tosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. Stinky. The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks, and soon Hally Tosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. In the end, Mr. and Miss Tosis changed their mind about finding a new home for Hally. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all. Because life without halitosis just wouldn't make any sense. And that was scent, like smell. Wasn't that a funny story? I like that story. It makes me giggle. Because the word halitosis is what we use, is a medical term meaning bad breath. And the dog's name is Hally Tosis. Hilarious. Dave Pilkey. He's on it, man. He knows what he's doing. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I look forward to doing one tomorrow. And we'll see you guys later on Storytime with Mr. Hallum.